Billion-dollar mansion in Florida, $2 million Florida mansion using his wife's name and that of his children. You recall that recently there have been calls for an increase in salary of the president, the vice president, ministers, senators, and legislators. That the base at which they pay them their salary is outdated, is the pattern of 2008, and that the current economic reality is different from 2008. But you have a minister who obviously purchased a mansion in March and registered under the names of his wife and that of his children. And you know that that's not the only mansion he has. That mansion he bought was built in 1997 with a two-story structure sitting on a 4,076 square foot. That's not the only acquisition he has made. When he became the FCT minister, he acquired lands under the names of his two sons. So what is going on here, Barrister Eberechi? What are we doing? And who would question all of this? Who would question all of this about the seventh minister?
Thank you very much. You see, when this news broke out, I am very reluctant to speak on news being thrown on the media without any proof. I made direct inquiries from realtors, from estate agents in Florida. And the discovery was shocking. To start with, the house was not bought by Wike in the past 2 months. It was bought in 2010.
Okay.
The house was bought in 2010 and it was about $500 something $1,000, but now it is valued at over $2 million. The more shocking discovery is that one of the houses adjoining to that building is also owned in the name of Wike and his wife.
Wow.
So it's not just one property. I mean, I can share the documents with you. I have the proof of the transcripts of sale of that property.
Barrister, kindly send it to my WhatsApp, please. I will sincerely appreciate that.
I will do that after this. I will, while this program is going on, I will share it with you. So the reality is that these guys are based in one location in Florida. That Mr. Wike has two properties, and these are not small properties. They are hefty buildings. They sit on acres of land, and this is a public servant. Since Mr. Wike left the university, the law school, he has been a government employee, so his income can be calculated. And then you can imagine when he's purchasing buildings worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, now valued in millions. And these are the kind of rascal elements who are working with Mr. Bola Tinubu. But we expect that because Mr. Tinubu is no different. He is absolutely no different. So I mean, those who are Wike will be laughing and say, "Why are you focusing on me? I only have about 10 or 20 houses abroad. What of us who have 50?" So that Nigerians should be particular, especially revolt against this process and say enough is enough. Why will a serving minister be owning some properties and have the guts to be demolishing houses in Abuja, which some people built with the sweat of their income? But he's able to buy properties in America with looted funds. And when I say looted funds, there is no other thing but looted funds, because you have a man who, since he left youth service, has been working either as local government chairman or the house or deputy governor or whatever. He has been in government, so his income can be calculated. And I assure you, all of Wike's income, official income, cannot reach to buy a house of $500,000 in America. Not to talk of having at least two in the same neighborhood in Florida. And then you ask yourself, when a group like the EFCC keeps on hounding people who do 419 and all that stuff, you wonder, are these guys, are they not nuts? Are they well? And I have discovered that there appears to be a conspiracy, even by the FCC, to stop Nigerians from investing their looted funds in Nigeria. Otherwise, why would the FCC have the guts to go and start harassing MSCLA for the so-called estate he built in Abuja, which may not even be worth the amount of one of these houses Wike bought his looted funds in Florida? I mean, there has been no effort by EFCC whatsoever, and I say whatsoever, to recover funds repatriated from Nigeria to abroad by these characters who are ruling us. But every day they say they have arrested Nigerians and hand them over to the US government, to Britain, to France. How many have you brought back home to Nigeria? Or were you set up to help foreign countries? I mean, we should begin to ask questions. Whether these characters who loot money reinvest their loot in Nigeria. I mean, it has gotten that bad. Because at least you are building, you stole Nigerian money and you're using it to build in Nigeria. Okay. But these characters like Wike you mentioned, he's stealing Nigerian money, funds, and he's buying estates in Florida. And this is a discovery I made from just the news of the one building. If one is given enough time, more properties purchased by Wike across America and Britain, because these guys keep records. With regards to Wike's the property by Wike, it is owned in the name of the wife, Eberechi, who is a judge of the Court of Appeal.
Yes.
And one of the sons. The other one is owned. One of them is Eberechi and Joachim.
Yes.
The other one is Eberechi and the other son, who are minors. So, if the Court of Appeal judge is part of this scam, that will tell you how rotten the system is. And I'm seeing this as a lawyer of over 30 years experience. Let Eberechi, who is a judge of the Court of Appeal, come and say what I'm saying is wrong. She dare not. If in same clients, such characters as Eberechi, Justice Eberechi Nyesom-Wike, will resign from office as a Court of Appeal judge. But she's still sitting there judging over cases. What absolute nonsense is this? People say when I use the word nonsense about these characters and overstepping my bounds. No, my dear. I am a Nigerian. I don't have any other country but this country. But I've traveled the world extensively. I could have stayed back. But I come back home and I have rascal criminal elements ruling over me. Have all the right to be annoyed with these characters who are ruling us. And I wish every Nigerian also has that ability to call a spade, call a thief, call a criminal. Nothing will happen. When you are born, the next thing is to die. And as I said, like I keep on saying, we in Nigeria, we are the living dead. It's only a matter of time.
Well, Barrister Eze, you made a very important point that just like you're an illegal expert, based on the code of conduct for judicial officers, judges are required to avoid situations that could compromise or appear to compromise their impartiality. Do you think this has tainted the reputation of the wife, especially when it comes to handling certain sensitive cases, whatever judgment that comes from her? Do you think this would affect that? Hello, Barrister.
Sorry, I didn't hear you very well.
I said, you made a very salient point here when you disclosed that the fact legal experts like yourself note that the Code of Conduct for Judicial Officers, judges are required to avoid situations that could compromise or appear to compromise their impartiality, especially when it comes to the dispense of their duties. Like, being a judge, you definitely decide the fate of one's existence or not. Do you think this situation, being that she's a judge, do you think this will affect her profession, being linked to this?
You see, the problem we have in this country is even the Chief Justice of the country, who presides over the panel that will question these judges, was also the same judge who presided over the matter that made the person who came fourth in an election the governor of my home state, Imo State. So what do you expect from that kind of situation? But definitely, clearly, the position of Justice Eberechi Nyesom-Wike is not defendable. She cannot justify, based on her salary as a judge, that she and one of her infant children, also minor children, are able to purchase properties in the U.S. of that amount. I mean, in same countries, she will resign out of shame. But unfortunately, we have shameless characters in our judiciary. Shameless. And these are the characters that will